You know, when I was 7 years old, I came to Los Angeles for the first time, and I passed by the Walk of Fame with my mother and a friend of hers, who's actually here with us today. and, uh, and I remember that my mom told me, Shaki, one day you're gonna have your name on this place. If someone would have overheard this conversation, they would have thought that my mom was delirious. But she was not. And here we are.
So what's Colombia famous for? Drugs, half-decent football team, and suddenly Shakira.
Catchy lyrics and hip-shaking dance moves, Shakira is one of the greatest artists of our time. With her fierce and rock-influenced approach, she has maintained an extraordinary degree of creative control over her music, especially for a female artist. After dominating the music scene in Latin America, Shakira released Whenever, Wherever and conquered the US market. To date, the artist sold more than 70 million albums and 125 million singles worldwide.
She is the most successful Colombian artist of all time.
From a modest childhood in Barranquilla, Colombia, to the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, Shakira is the perfect example that dreams do come true.
So I want to say to all of you to dream as big as you can, and may your kids also dream even bigger than you have, because in this country, everything is possible.
Discover the journey of one of the world's most successful women, Shakira.
I'm ready.
Colombian pop singer and dancer Shakira has won many Grammy and Billboard awards and has been nominated for a Golden Globe Award. She is the highest-selling Colombian artist of all time and the second most successful female Latin singer after Gloria Estefan. In 2014, she was listed as the 58th most powerful woman in the world, according to Forbes magazine. With such an impressive accolade, contestants of the popular TV show The Voice could not have dreamed of a better judge.
The power of television is an incredible thing, and in the last few years, Shakira has probably had her greatest breakthrough into the American mainstream by being a judge on The Voice.
What I've learned through my own career and share it with people who are just starting to understand who they are as artists. It's been great. It's been a learning curve.
After 2 seasons of filming the show, Shakira needed to take a break to dedicate some time to herself and her 2 children and footballer husband, Gerard Piqué. But Shakira also intended to return to her music.
Being at The Voice has actually been quite inspirational because it has made me realize how bad I want to have new music. But when you're so exposed to music on a daily basis, you just want to be out there, you know?
In 2014, Shakira released her 10th studio album, self-titled Shakira.
And the stars make love to the universe.
It was another big hit for the artist. But things have not always been so easy for the Latino artist. Shakira Isabel Mubarak Rapol was born February 2nd, 1977, in Barranquilla, Colombia, where she spent most of her childhood. Her mother was a native Colombian with Spanish and Italian ancestry. Her father was of Lebanese descent. The name Shakira means grateful in Arabic.
She is an only child, but she's got 8 older half-siblings from her dad's first marriage, so she does come from a large family.
Shakira was raised as a Roman Catholic and attended Catholic schools throughout her childhood. As a child, Shakira soaked up music from both her parental cultures, Colombian and Lebanese.
A lot of international ancestry in her bloodline, and a lot of international music was all around her growing up. She was like a sponge. She soaked all this up like a student of all these different musical influences that would play such a part in her career and continue to do so.
She was also heavily into English rock and roll, with her favorite bands being Led Zeppelin, The Beatles, The Police, and The Cure. Shakira was always gifted as a child. She wrote her first poem, La Rosa de Cristal, The Crystal Rose, when she was only 4 years old. That same year, she discovered the doumbek, a traditional drum used in Arabic music for belly dancers.
So Shakira has always loved dancing. When she was 4 years old, her dad took her to a Middle Eastern restaurant, and she loved the belly dancing that was performed at the restaurant.
The little girl is captivated. She jumps on the table herself and starts belly dancing. And that was the first seeds of the hip-shaking wonderness that is Shakira were sown back then, and she's loved dancing ever since.
Fascinated by her father writing stories on a typewriter, Shakira eventually got her own for Christmas when she was 7 years old.
She loved that typewriter. She loved to write on it, and what she wrote on it was poems. Very lyrical little girl, and those poems soon evolved into songs. So by the age of 7 or 8, she switched from poems to songs and was already knocking them out on that little old typewriter.
The first song that Shakira wrote at the tender age of 8 was inspired by a tragic event in her family. At the age of 2, her older half-brother was killed in a motorcycle accident. Her father wore dark glasses to hide his grief for years. The song was titled Tus gafas oscuras, translating as Your Dark Glasses. At the age of 10, Shakira started winning talent competitions for her singing and went on to learn the guitar by the time she was 11. She was rejected for the school choir at school because her vibrato was too strong. She remained known as the belly dancer girl and would perform every Friday at her school.
Shakira was kind of a music prodigy. Between the ages of 10 and 13, she performed around Colombia. She became kind of a local celebrity.
She met a local producer that was impressed with her and tried to help with her career. He convinced Sony Colombia to hold an audition for Shakira.
She auditions for them, she blows them away, they sign her to a record contract at the tender age of just 13. A star was born, or so they thought.
Sony ended up signing the young Shakira not for 1, but for 3 albums. Her debut album, Mahia, was comprised of songs she'd written over the past 5 or 6 years, including some of her earliest efforts. It was a mix of pop rock ballads and disco up-tempo songs with electronic accompaniment. But the album suffered a lack of recording and production cohesion. Although it didn't break internationally, the record started to make a name for her in Colombia.
So in 1990, at the age of 13, she released her very first album. It's called Mahia, and it was a bomb. It did okay locally because she was a bit of a local celebrity, but in the entire country, it only sold 1,200 albums.
Shakira was invited to perform at Chile's Viña del Mar International Song Festival in February 1993. The festival gave aspiring Latin American singers a chance to perform their songs in front of a panel of judges. Shakira performed the ballad Eres, You Are, and won the trophy for third place. One of the judges on the panel was Ricky Martin. Shakira's second album, Peligro, was released in March 1993, but Shakira was not happy with the sound of the album. Although it was better received than Mejia, it was considered a commercial failure because Shakira had refused to advertise it.
So Shakira's second album, Peligro, did better than the first album, but she really wasn't satisfied with the production of the entire album. So she decided, you know what, I'm just gonna kind of take a step back and I'm gonna finish high school, and then she decided to think about her next step after that.
She decided to change direction and go into acting after high school, where she joined the cast of the Colombian soap opera El Oasis in 1994. After 2 unsuccessful albums, Shakira decided to take the lead on the third one. She took inspiration from Nirvana and Alanis Morissette and was involved in every aspect of the production. She was producing her music, perfecting her vocals, and practicing creative control. Released in 1996, Pies Descalzos, Bare Feet, wound up selling more than 5 million copies. This album featured her trademark sound, a blend of Latin, rock, and Arabic music styles.
Here's what I find about a lot of showbiz stars. They know what they're doing. Everyone else should get out of the way. Now, the trouble with Shakira's albums is a lot of people were talking in her ear. No, you shouldn't do that. You should do this. And you shouldn't sing in that style. You should sing in this style. She always knew what she wanted. At first, she would listen to the others and say, okay, yes, certainly, three bags full. Those albums weren't as successful. When she started recording her own music in her own style, that's when she started to take off.
So in 1995, Shakira released her third album. Now, Sony actually gave her $100,000. They didn't think it was going to sell any more than 100,000 copies. But Shakira really decided to own this album and take charge in the production and everything else and the sound of her music. And it did pretty well and reached #1 in several countries. In the US, it didn't fare as well, but success was definitely on its way.
It debuted at #1 in 8 different countries. However, it only managed to reach number 180 in the US. The album spawned 6 single hits, among which was hit single Estoy Aquí, which reached #5 on the US Latin chart.
So in the video, Estoy Aquí, it's kind of simple. It's a girl with her guitar. She's playing music by the farmhouse, but a very different Shakira than we know now because she's got her dark hair. We're so used to her with blonde hair.
Perteneciste a una raza antigua de pies descalzos y de sueños blancos.
The album also featured Pies Descalzos, Sueños Blancos, which reached #11 on the US Latin chart.
Then she's in the desert again, which maybe is a bit of a trademark for her, and she's just rocking out like a frontman of a band, completely different to the image that we know her to today.
Shakira toured for nearly 2 years to promote the album and decided to permanently leave the soap opera El Oasis in 1997. Seeking to build on her success, Shakira signed Emilio Estefan, Gloria's husband and a highly successful music business insider, as her manager and producer. The move paid off when her follow-up album, ¿Dónde están los ladrones? Where Are the Thieves? Became an even bigger worldwide hit than its predecessor. The album's title is inspired by an incident at Bogota Airport. A thief stole Shakira's suitcase, which contained all of her unrecorded album lyrics. She had to write everything again. Released in 1998, the album, a set of pop, rock, and acoustic ballads, won her big critical acclaim. It cracked the lucrative US market wide open, spending 11 weeks at #1 on the Billboard's Latin America chart and producing 2 US #1s with Ciega Sordomuda and 2. The album's signature track, however, Ojos Así, an homage to Middle Eastern music, became a worldwide hit, making Shakira a household name across Latin America and Europe.
Her first major big hit, Ojos Así, was the track that she performed at the Grammys in 2000, which was just fantastic. There was fire in the background. She kind of opened up on this drum, and then there was this red flowing outfit, which was just gorgeous, and it got pulled off at the end, and the whole performance was just fantastic.
¿Dónde están los ladrones? Demonstrated Shakira's strong-willed persona. Her self-criticism made her even more popular among female fans, while many people made comparisons of her to Alanis Morissette. The album earned Shakira her first Grammy Award nomination.
So Shakira received her very first Grammy Award nomination in 1999. And this was exciting because she struggled along the way. I mean, even though she had early success in terms of getting a record contract and everything else, this really established that Shakira was on the map with that Grammy nomination.
When Gloria Estefan offered to translate Ojos Así into English, the prospect of a crossover suddenly became tangible. Because she wanted to maintain the control over her material and did not want to record songs by other writers, she decided to learn English until she was confident enough to dominate the language. In the meantime, she set the stage for a crossover bid with a performance on MTV Unplugged, the channel's first Spanish broadcast in August 1999. That live performance is still thought to be one of Shakira's best performances to date. MTV Unplugged was released in early 2000 and topped the Latin charts for 2 weeks before going platinum. Shakira was also awarded a Grammy for Best Latin Pop Album. With the success of her more recent albums, Shakira shot to superstardom in the Spanish-speaking countries. Shakira decided it was time for a new look. She dyed her long brown hair blonde and started dating Antonio de la Rúa, the son of then-president of Argentina.
So, she's already won a Grammy Award for her Latin music, and she sees this as a sign. Okay, close that chapter of the book, let's open a new one. She switches from singing in Spanish to singing in English.
Over the next year, she worked on her next album, Laundry Service, and co-wrote her breakthrough hit with Gloria Estefan. The single Whenever Wherever was released in 2000, and she finally made her mark as a star in the English-speaking world almost overnight.
You see Shakira dancing around in the video everywhere from the beach to the mountains to the desert. She's sexy.
The album Laundry Service was released a year later, in late 2001. It debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling over 200,000 records in its first week. It helped to establish Shakira's musical presence in the mainstream North American market.
I'm like introducing myself to the Anglo market in an Anglo event, so it's a whole new thing for me.
The album was written for an English-speaking market and gained criticism for weak English writing skills.
She kind of looked like another Britney or Christina Aguilera, and actually received some bad critique about that. A lot of people said that she was lost in translation, maybe looked stupid, and even her Latin fans weren't very happy because she was focusing on pop music instead of rock.
Despite this, the album became the best-selling album of 2002, selling more than 20 million copies worldwide, and became the most successful album of her career to date. In September 2002, she won the International Viewers' Choice Award at the MTV Video Music Awards with her single Whenever Wherever. She also won the Latin Grammy Award for the category of Best Short-Form Music Video for the Spanish version of the song. In October, she won 5 MTV Video Music Awards Latin America for Best Female Artist, Best Pop Artist, Best Artist for the Northern Region, Video of the Year, and Artist of the Year. In November, she embarked on the Tour of the Mongoose, with 61 shows occurring by May 2003. It was also her first worldwide tour and played in North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. Extensive touring to support Laundry Service led to a long break for the singer, so a remix collection titled Washed and Dried and a live album appeared in lieu of a new album. Revitalized, Shakira began the writing process for her next release and soon had 60 songs ready to go, some in English and some in Spanish. 20 of those songs were selected and divided up by language to make 2 different albums. An all-Spanish album called Fixation Volume 1 and its English language counterpart, Oral Fixation Volume 2. Fixation Volume 1 was released in June 2005. The lead single from the album, La Tortura, reached the top 40 on the Hot 100. The song featured the Spanish balladeer Alejandro Sanz.
The video for La Tortura, what can I say? It is just sexy. Pure sexiness. She's got that black oil, dancing around in it. Then she's kind of chopping some onions and a guy kind of swoops in. They have this scene in the kitchen. It's just pure sexiness.
With La Tortura, Shakira became the first artist to perform a Spanish-language song at the MTV Music Awards in 2005.
With one of the hottest singers, Alejandro Sanz, right? Yeah, no, we're very excited, to be sharing the same stage for the first time, singing in Spanish in an event like this one, having 3 nominations with a Spanish song, with a Spanish video in the MTV Awards, which is never seen or heard before. It's just a fantastic news for the Hispanic community. Well, I never expected it. I didn't.
Her performance of that again was incredible. It was just as hot as the video, and there was fire everywhere. She was doing her dancing, and she definitely brought the heat.
Contrary to low expectations, the album was extremely well received. It debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart, selling 157,000 copies in its first week. It has since sold over 2 million copies in the US, going platinum 11 times. Her album Oral Fixation Volume 2 followed in November 2005. The lead single Don't Bother failed to achieve chart success in the US by missing the top 40 on the Hot 100. But as sales of Oral Fixation began to slow in early 2006, the album was reissued in March with a bonus track, Hips Don't Lie.
So in the video for Hips Don't Lie, we see a collaboration with Wyclef Jean, which is fantastic. 2 of them are in the video, but this is where we get to see those Shakira belly dancing skills at their finest, and you just get her to see grooving and shaking and having a whole lot of fun.
I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy. Come on, let's go, real slow. Baby, like this is perfecto. Oh, you know I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right. The attraction, the tension.
Hips Don't Lie became one of the summer's biggest hits and revived sales of this album. The song shot to the top of the singles chart, putting Shakira back at the center of the commercial playground in the US, tying her for the most nominations at the 2006 MTV Video Music Awards. She took home Best Choreography for Hips Don't Lie.
When I look back at the great music videos of all time, I tend to think for the most erotic ones, the sexiest ones. I go to Madonna, for example, and then I go straight to Shakira. I mean, if you look at the Hips Don't Lie video, that was hypnotic. I was mesmerized for the entire 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Well, I mean, that's some serious shaking going on there. Captivating. No idea what else was happening in the video. There were maybe some backing dancers, maybe a club. I just couldn't take my eyes off Shakira. And when you can't take your eyes off a star, that's the mark of a star.
The song was Shakira's first #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and reached #1 in 55 other countries. Shakira then embarked on the Oral Fixation tour in June 2006. More than 100 shows were played between June 2006 and July 2007 on 5 continents. One show in Mexico City was performed for free and earned an audience of over 200,000. This concert sets the record for the highest attendance of any concert in Mexican history. In 2007, Shakira worked with Beyoncé for the track Beautiful Liar, which was released as the second single from the deluxe edition of Beyoncé's album, B-Day. The song earned them a Grammy Award nomination for Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals.
Who doesn't want to collaborate with Beyonce? Two global superstars for Beautiful Liar. Huge hit for both of them, and two strong women in the music industry. Hey!
I can't remember what the song was like. I just remember the video. You know, it was the two of them writhing around in lingerie. Fantastic. You know, 600,000 YouTube hits just from my laptop. So no wonder it became a huge hit around the world. Always a good idea to partner with Beyonce. And if you're wearing very little, it's an even better idea.
Shakira wrote the lyrics and co-wrote the music for two new songs that are featured in the movie Love in the Time of Cholera, based on the acclaimed novel by Colombian author Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Garcia Marquez himself asked Shakira to write the songs. One of the songs, Despedida, was nominated for Best Original Song at the 65th Annual Golden Globe Awards. Shakira signed a 10-year contract with Live Nation in 2008 for $300 million, prompting the magazine Forbes to deem her the fourth top-earning female musician in history. That contract was largely obtained thanks to her fiancé, Antonio de la Rua. In 2009, Shakira performed at the Lincoln Memorial in honor of the inauguration of President Barack Obama. She performed Higher Ground with Stevie Wonder and Usher. Her next album, She-Wolf, was completed in 2009. The album was her third English album and incorporated a more electric disco sound. To date, the album has sold 2 million copies worldwide, becoming Shakira's least successful studio album to date.
I don't know if I'm in the majority or minority of Shakira fans, in that I seem to remember the videos more than the songs. I mean, in She-Wolf, for example, she was just wearing a sort of leotard with bits cut out, and that was sort of equally fascinating. I suppose the song was great, but you know, I was more captivated by what I was seeing rather than what I was hearing, and so was the rest of the world, I think.
Her eighth studio album, She-Wolf, was released in 2009. She collaborated with the Neptunes. She collaborated with Wyclef Jean. But this was a disappointing album for her in the United States. It did not do as well as she had hoped. But if you take a look at the She-Wolf video, she just looks lean, fit. She is dancing around, just super, super sexy.
Shakira quickly bounced back in 2010 with the release of Waka Waka, this time for Africa, the official song of the 2010 FIFA World Cup, which became an international smash hit. That collaboration with the South African band Freshly Ground is based on a traditional Cameroonian soldier's fang song named Zangaliwa. The single was performed by Shakira at the World Cup kickoff and closing. It became the biggest selling World Cup song of all time.
music video, Waka Waka. It was a collaboration with Freshly Ground, and a little bit different than what we are normally see in a Shakira video. This one's very colorful. You get to see all the different images of athletics and soccer and all the fun and excitement around the World Cup.
On the heels of the success of Waka Waka came Sale El Sol in the fall of 2010. An album largely recorded in Spanish that continued her remarkable worldwide success. The lead single, Loca, was #1 in many countries. The English version features Dizzy Rascal. The music video was filmed near the beach in Barcelona, with Shakira on roller skates surrounded by fans. The video cuts to Shakira throwing her skates off to change into biking clothes and hitches on the back of a motorbike. Her next commercial success was Rabiosa, the English version featuring Pitbull. Rabiosa was a worldwide commercial success. In the music video, Shakira features as a brunette in a nightclub, showing off her incredible hip-shaking and lap dancing moves. Upon its release, the music video went viral on YouTube, gaining almost 4 million views in less than 48 hours. The album sold over 1 million copies worldwide in 6 weeks and over 4 million since its release. In September 2010, Shakira embarked on the Sun Comes Out World Tour in support of her 2 most recent albums. The tour visited countries in North America, Europe, South America, Asia, and Africa, with more than 100 shows in total. On January 10, 2011, Shakira announced that after 11 years together, she had separated from De La Rua. After making what seemed to be a mutual decision. She also stated that De La Rua would remain a business partner and that he would take care of her career as he had always done in the past. But in October 2011, Shakira also terminated their business relationship. He eventually filed a lawsuit asking for $100 million, which he believed was owed. The case was dismissed, and Shakira was finally freed from Antonio and was able to tell the world about her new love.
So in 2010, Shakira started dating an international soccer star, Gerard Piqué. Now, they met while they were shooting the video for the World Cup. It was the Waka Waka song. Now, they didn't start dating till a little while after, but she didn't admit to the fact that they were really dating until 2011, and she did it on Twitter.
Posting a picture of the two with a caption reading, "Let me introduce you to my sunshine." It was the first time she had ever spoken of the relationship after several months of media speculation. Shakira gave birth to the couple's first son, Milan, 2 years later in Barcelona, where the family now resides.
Now, Gerard Piqué, of course, started his football career in Manchester. You know, he was in the reserves at Manchester United in the Alex Ferguson days. You know, for him, he could have romanced one of the actresses from Coronation Street. But no, he ends up with Shakira, a pop superstar. When he transfers to Barcelona, his career takes off and his fame takes off when he teams with her. They're a very attractive couple. They're a very loving couple. He's got Shakira, the lucky sausage.
In 2011, Shakira received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, located at 6270 Hollywood Boulevard.
I'd like to thank you all for this honor, and I would like to share it with all of you. in the United States who have listened and understood my music for the past years. And I would like to dedicate this to the Latin community in the US. The community that restlessly works and dreams and works every day to make this a better country.
In September 2012, it was announced that Shakira and Usher would be the new judges on the TV show The Voice.
The power of television is an incredible thing, and in the last few years, Shakira has probably had her greatest breakthrough into the American mainstream by being a judge on The Voice. She was on Series 4 and Series 6 of that show, and sharing her talent with all the wannabes on that show, she made a really good impact. It's shown her personality as well, and people have got to know her better, and shown that it's not just about the wiggle and the giggle and the magic in the music. You know, she's got a great personality there as well.
What I've learned through my own career and share it with people who are just starting to understand who they are as artists. It's been great. It's been a learning curve.
The artist took a break from the show after doing one season. Shakira needed the time for her family and to concentrate on her own music.
And there's a new album coming out next year, and I'm very excited about it. You know, being at The Voice has actually been quite inspirational because it has made me realize how bad I want to have new music. You know, I've been working on this new album for a couple of years, but when you're so exposed to music on a daily basis, you just want to be out there, you know, doing your own and sharing it. So I'm ready.
The first single of that new album, Can't Remember to Forget You, a duet with Rihanna, was released on January 13th, 2014. The video premiered on the 30th of the same month. It received more than 17 million views during the first 24 hours. A week later, the video had already reached 100 million views. To date, the video has been seen more than 560 million times.
The Can't Remember to Forget You video, it's a collaboration with Rihanna. And I will tell you, it is sexy, it is hot, they are half dressed and they are writhing around on beds and lounge chairs. You won't forget this video ever.
Shakira's album was released on March 25th, 2014.
Tomorrow is the big day, and I know we've talked in the past before about when you have these babies, these albums, these babies, that you never know when it's time to just stop and say, okay, I have to put it to bed. I can't come to the studio again tonight for another hour. So tell us about that this time for you.
Usually someone has to stop me,
Right.
literally, because I can't just go on forever. Because I'm so, involved with every single aspect of the creation of my music, so from the arrangements to, of course, the writing and the production. I just feel like these are my children, really, each one of these songs. And it took me 2.5 years really to put this body of work together. And honestly, I think that these were the most eventful 2.5 years of my life.
And the stars make love to the universe, and you touch me, and I'm like.
The song Empire was critically acclaimed, with most critics praising the singer for getting back to her rock roots. On March 10, 2014, Shakira posted on Instagram a picture of herself shooting the video for Empire, where she appears in a wedding dress. A rather ironic picture for someone who has never wanted to get married. In the video, Shakira emerges as a beautiful bride in white, about to walk down the aisle. But she has a change of heart and is seen picking up her skirts and running away across a green sunlit field. In what seems to be a lyrical interpretation of Shakira's thought on weddings. It became the singer's highest charting album on the Billboard, surpassing the #3 peak of Laundry Service in 2001. But the album was also her lowest first-week sales of her English albums. On July 13, 2014, Shakira performed a remix version of her third single, taken from the album. The song La 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 with Brazilian musician Carlinhos Brown was performed at the 2014 FIFA World Cup closing ceremony at the Maracana Stadium. This performance was her third consecutive appearance at the FIFA World Cup.
Shakira has had more impact at the last 3 World Cups than the England football team. She's been very much involved, singing World Cup songs, performing at opening and closing ceremonies. You can't imagine the World Cup now without Shakira. She's always there.
The video is a surreal video that takes influence from Afro-Brazilian heritage with tribal imagery, combining copera and athletic displays.
Now you know it. Is it true that you want it? Then act like you mean it. With everyone watching, it's truth or dare, can you feel it? La 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 la.
40 days after release, the video hit 200 million views. And as of July 2015, it has received over 540 million views. Shakira is not only a Grammy Award-winning singer, a songwriter, a record producer, and dancer. She has also been involved in a number of global educational efforts. She founded the barefoot foundation Pies Descalzos in 1995, which operates schools and educational projects in Colombia, South Africa, and Haiti, feeding and educating approximately 6,000 children. She became a Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund in 2003 to promote the expansion and improvement of comprehensive early childhood care and education across the world. In 2005, she became a founding member of Latin American Solidarity Action, a coalition of artists and business leaders seeking to promote integrated early childhood public policies. In 2008, Shakira served as the honorary chair of the Global Campaign for Education's Global Action Week. In 2010, she collaborated with the World Bank and the Barefoot Foundation to establish an initiative that distributes educational and developmental programs for children across Latin America. Shakira was honored as a guest at the University of Oxford to give a speech about her work with children. Shakira reminded the audience of the importance of education and shared her personal story as a child from Barranquilla who could never have dreamed to be at the same place as Newton, Albert Einstein, or even Mother Teresa.
That is how I want the youth of 2016 to see us. That our mission for global peace consisted of sending 30,000 educators to Afghanistan, not 30,000 soldiers. That in 2010, world education became more important than world domination.
And finally, on October 5, 2011, President Barack Obama announced that Shakira was appointed member of the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for Hispanics. Since then, Shakira has continued her fight for children's rights. It's reported that she donates approximately $55,000 to charity each year. Shakira opened a new $6 million school in her hometown, Barranquilla, which was sponsored by herself and her foundation. In 2012, she presented a $37 million project to improve children's health in Colombia. This project is part of an unprecedented alliance with the Mario Santo Domingo Foundation, the Alice Foundation, and Shakira's foundation, Pies Descalzos. The program, Primero Lo Primero, First Things First, is a public and private partnership to build, equip, and operate 13 new early childhood development centers in different regions of Colombia.
6.200 niños podrán beneficiarse de una educación de calidad, de una atención de calidad en sus primeros 6 años de vida, que son los años más importantes en la vida de un ser humano, los más determinantes para su futuro. Hay que invertir en ellos, cuanto más temprano mejor, para que puedan desarrollar todo su potencial en la vida, para que puedan superarse, para que puedan alcanzar sus metas, para que puedan permanecer en la escuela, para que puedan conseguir trabajos, buenos y mejores trabajos en su vida adulta y para que sean agentes de paz.
Es una persona muy especial porque nos hizo este colegio y también tiene... Ahora que ella es grande, tiene un corazón de niño porque ella siente todo lo que nosotros sentimos por este colegio, porque a ella también le importa que estudiemos y salgamos adelante.
In January 2015, Shakira and Gerard Piqué hosted a World Baby Shower to support UNICEF's work for children, inviting fans of the couple to share in their event by visiting a special website featuring inspired gifts that directly benefit UNICEF's work for children in some of the poorest and remotest places on Earth. Shakira gave birth to the couple's second son, Sasha, on the 29th of January. The World Baby Shower was a big hit, with nearly 4,000 gifts purchased. Enough for more than 130,000 vaccines and other sanitary goods to be collected for children in the world. Shakira is known to have adopted many musical genres, including folk, mainstream pop, and rock. In an interview with the magazine Rolling Stone, she said that her music was a fusion of many different elements and that she likes to experiment with different sounds. The artist does not want to limit herself within a genre, as she is afraid of building the walls to her own jail. A vision that has helped her reach the heart of millions of fans around the world.
It's just unbelievable to see that your music can reach anyone at any time, anywhere in the world.
That love for mixing genres is at the base of who the artist really is. A child of different cultures and horizons, from Liban to Colombia to United States. A complexity that made her a truly determined person, able to complete a music dream at only 13 years old, to cross over borders, to become a businesswoman, to free herself from the rules of marriage and the old rules of the men, to always remember where she comes from and to share the light of her lucky star with those who need it the most.
The future is very bright for Shakira. You know, she's conquered everything that she's attempted, and I think she'll just go on finding more mountains to climb, and she'll be at the summit for a long while.
As the artist said, no matter how big the idea, how vast the project, everything starts the same way, with one small moment.
I think that we all come to this world with a star, with a talent and with a gift. And then, later, dreams are born. And no one, absolutely no one, has the authority to stop those dreams. And if one day you happen to pass by the Walk of Fame and you, by any chance, just look down to the ground and find the star, remember that this star is also yours, and it belongs to each one of you because it carries the name of a Hispanic woman who, like you, also works and dreams and works every day. Thank you.